But welcome to what seemed like an odder video compared to normal. This is the first in a series of special or extra additions to Monster Rancher 1. I was going to record it ahead of time and get a few more prepared before I start releasing them. There's something on the way of streaming Monster Rancher this week. So I'm going to be releasing this tonight. It's kind of in a bit of a rush. But anyways, let's jump into showing off what I've prepared. As you can tell from that, and also probably the name of the video, we're going to be going a few things, one of them being the unlock of Ghost. So, in a lot of this, because a lot of this footage I've sped up and cut out a lot, because it took me about 3 hours to do this. But first, I logged back in for the first time after beating the game. We saw Lily 2, who was 4 years and 3 months old. Amazing stats. Our winner and the one who got the end of the story with. I wanted to show that off before I moved on to what we're going to be doing. First, I went to town and froze them because, well, we don't want to lose our good friend. Interesting pose. And then I went about clicking the wrong buttons repeatedly. Before then heading on up to the market. I figured, you know what? If I need to get a monster for this purpose, I immediately changed my mind to the shrine, but I thought, I'll just get a weak one. The monsters in the market were a bit strong. And I started summoning a few, but I kept getting these unique ones. And I didn't want to use these for the purpose of getting Ghost. I will explain how you get Ghost in a second. I will say the guides are kind of conflicting information, and I'm not even certain which of them are completely correct. I do know what to do, but some information might not be necessary. I went with Shaw because I saw the prison uniform. I was like, Hobbs and Shaw. No, I always thought Shawshank Redemption. I didn't think Hobbs and Shaw. Wrong one. Then I decided to go and get the dino, which, at first I thought would then become the one we turn into our... You'll see in a second what I thought we were going to be doing with it. We got a dino. It was actually the first dino we got, like plain dino. I don't know why it took so long to move on from this screen, but sometimes you make decisions. I thought this was going to be the one we turned into the ghosts. So I will explain how the ghost works now, even though it'll take a bit longer to do this. To get a ghost, there's a few different steps. It's one of the unlockable monsters, the special ones. I'll be trying to release videos showing off getting all of them for Monster Rancher 1, but I don't know when those will come out, because Ghost is probably the easiest one. And this took me close to 3 hours, and most of it was just reloading a save and redoing things. So what you need to do, as you can see I'm doing, is you need to have a monster die. Doesn't matter what kind of monster, they need to pass away. And to get that, one of the easiest ways, if you don't want to just wait till they age out, is to lower their defense and life stat and go into battle. And that's what I was doing here with Dino. I ended up eventually deciding against the Dino, but for now, that's what I did. I started looking at the stat-lowering ingredients or medicines here, decided against using them. I figured I'd just go with the work. Because if you go to Mailman, you can lower defense. There's no life-lowering one. And the one to lower speed increases life, so you don't want to do that, even though you can get medicines to decrease defense in return for speed. They're also more likely to be injured or pass away if you bring them to battle when they're tired, but this is the one point where I've started speeding it up more, because I spent a while trying to weaken the dino, sacrifice, bringing him to battle, weakening him, trying to get him injured, and I made new saves, make sure in case anything goes wrong. And although in battle I successfully got them to be injured a few times, never got this one specifically to pass away. As you can see, it takes a while to do this. This is the slow part. If you let a monster using pass away naturally and you miss out on the fusion materials for it, you can skip this step And you don't need to build a shrine or whatnot, but we will get to that point in a few minutes. So I tried to find a replacement, and I found a pretty powerful worm that I then replaced the name Dune and froze. Followed by another special, and also our first example of these guys, so I did not want to get rid of them. I named it Scully. I tried fusing a few of them, and what I resulted in was this. Another interesting slime type creature called Durian. I never used one in the playthrough, so I wanted to keep it in case I want to do a round. And then here's yet another special one. Good guy, hair plant mixture. Or, not plant, hair special mixture. I called Hoopini. And then here's one, the unique Suezo planets. I named him Captain. And that's when I gave in and found the actual monster that we do end up turning into our first step for the ghost, which I named, to feel less bad about it, Roshi. And I should pause that for a second and explain what just happened, because I cut out more than I thought. I think I reordered the video. Whoops. We'll find that in a second, but Roshi passed away. Where's the content of the video? I'm rushing to send this out. It might have been reordered. Whoops. Anyways, Roshi passed away, and I believe I put the funeral later in this. And the first step is then to get a monster you've never had on your ranch, and it means one fresh from the market or fresh summon. It doesn't mean a monster you haven't had, period. And to then put them into a tournament within 15 weeks, and you have a 1 in 16 chance of having them be cursed, is what it claims. Some guides. Other guides say it has to be the first official tournament. I tried this for an hour and a half, repeatedly reloading and going to the same 2 tournaments, before eventually giving up and moving on to adding an extra save and waiting till the first official tournament. Yeah, I reordered this. I didn't reorder this though. Why did my editing go weirdly? I'll give it a second, I guess. I'm sorry, what? I already had this included. I have no idea what's happening here. But just to show off how terrible my editing skills are, as in, I've never done them, I'm gonna leave this in and just skip past it. This is the part I fast-forwarded through quite a bit. I was like, why is this so sped up? Here we go. This is where the important moment with Roshi. He gets crit. I just showed off what time it is. Also, how many things I have open. Anyways, doesn't matter Roshi's fame there. This is where Roshi passed away, from that crit of 999 damage. Yeah. Ollie. Master Teska. It's unfortunate, but things like this do happen. Master, why don't you have a funeral for your monster? It will cost money. Should we have a funeral for it? I felt bad for my intentional sacrifice of it, so I figured, why not? I'll talk to a friend. Mister, please. I regret saying that. Yeah. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your monster. Yeah. Goodbye, Roshi. Your sacrifice will not be in vain. It really wasn't. I wanted to show off this music, it's interesting. Terrible stats, I know. Good speed, though. And intelligence. Surprisingly, they won a few battles. Oh yeah, there's something went absolutely wrong with the exporting of the video. I didn't order them correctly. Anyways, this is where the battle was that initially, up until the point of a couple attempts. Anyways, here's the important part. I got up to the E-rank tournament and saved it. Well, here's where I spent a while redoing tournaments before just reattempting and eventually went to the official cup. I spent an hour and a half redoing tournaments before this point. Reloading. Having more... I have no idea what happened here. Replaying of clips I definitely didn't add in multiple times. Something went wrong with the exportation of this video. I have no idea what happened, but I guess I'm just skip it and leave it in. You see battle after battle after battle after battle after battle. And here's the important part. I eventually went up to the officially ranked tournament. By the way, you do not have to win. You can just forfeit all the battles to reattempt and reload faster. This is how you get Ghost. You go to a tournament. I believe you have to go to an official tournament, but it is still 1 in 16 or 8% chance. Different guides say some of their amounts, but within the first 15 weeks of having a monster pass and have it bring the new one on. And here comes the important part. Well, first the month's got to pass. You got to give food to the monster that totally is going to be helpful. And also they're spoiled. There we go. When you get a monster that's been cursed, you get the little skull on it. There's the part I've been trying to find. One seems to have been cursed. Cursed? Could it be some sort of ghost? Yeah, a monster on this ranch must have been killed accidentally. The spirit haunts the ranch. Sorry, Roshi. Spirits? Go, Holly, don't be telling your monster. And it's part of good breeding. Okay, Tesca. Well, don't start this had happening. Monsterability would drop drastically, but then you can combine it with the most unique monsters. Are you sure about that? One seems tired. So here's one of the things that happens when they're cursed. Their life and defense drop. As you can see, life is nothing. I saved at this point. Probably gonna have the clip re-show up again. I didn't have them multiple times, so I don't know what happened there. And I'm still actually learning some of that editing stuff, but this is just a glitch on it. Go to the lab. The important part after you get a cursed one is you freeze the monster immediately and combine it with any other monster. There are more minutes in this video than there should be, so something replays. So I combined it Haunted. Took me forever to do. So since this is my third round of spending an hour straight doing it, on the third time I didn't bother using my controller. I just grabbed my mouse, keyboard. Here's the important part. Haunted. The tiger that has the curse on it. And any other monster. I decided against Flareon, too powerful. Wow, now that I've slowed everything back, if things return to normal speed, it feels so slow. I do not have an item at this point. I used up all my items or sold them by this point. Despite what you see on there, the important part isn't the potential combinations of these two. It's the fact that you're using a haunted one, I mean a cursed one. And that's when you get a ghost. I will go over without fumbling about what it takes to get a ghost after this part's over, if I show up its stats. It is a very rare monster, and once you've unlocked a ghost, you can then use summons to get it. So at this point, you do not have to recreate a cursed one once you have it. I named it Danny. And this will be the monster I use for unlocking some other ones. That will not be streaming because this took 3 hours, like I said, just to get the easiest one. Oh, right, I forgot. I went through the book. I wanted to see all them, the ones that we'd unlocked so far and the ones we didn't have prior. New one compared to the stream. The first one is the pole worm. His sleek black shell makes him good at pulling things. Scales, despite his appearance, he's vulnerable to attacks. Stripe, because of his stripe pattern, he's considered fashionable. His special team. This is a very, very tough monster, celestial planet. Good guy, he lives for justice. Look at his tattoo. Lexus, monster's best known for his great speed. Yeah, that's a creepy entry. Ghost, he captured Soul, the breeder's last monster. Which makes me feel a bit bad, but you know. And now I'm gonna go show off the ghost. I kept hitting OK, so here's where you see the ghost stats. Like I said, this is the monster I'll be keeping for a bit to try to unlock a few other ones. So you'll see it show up in some future videos that are edited better. I'm kind of rushing this one completed. It's generally a intelligence-focused one, pretty powerful. But this is the ghost we've unlocked. So enough fumbling about that. I'm going to repeat or go back over the point I was meant to talk about. I got sidetracked by whatever happened with the exploitation with this recording. So anyways, to explain that fumbling, how do you unlock a ghost? First, you gotta have a monster pass away. Doesn't matter how. You can intentionally get a weak one, lower its defense in life. The closer they are to 1, the more likely you're gonna get crit. Because any amount of damage that does double the health of your monster will kill them. Obviously, you can get that 999 crit that I got on Roshi. That will be in it. That'll be like, you see that? Yep, goodbye. You do not need to give them a funeral, but it's optional. After that, what you next have to do is get another monster, a new monster, not a frozen one. Bring it to the ranch, and within 15 weeks, this is where the point where guides conflict. Put them into a tournament. It says any tournament will do, and then I'll give you a 1 in 16 chance of being cursed. Other guides, including the wiki, claimed that you need to do the official tournament. Within those 15 weeks, I eventually, after going to regular tournaments and reloading well over 40 times, end up resting until the nearest official tournament. And that's the one they got the curse from. After that, Holly will point out, even cursed, you'll have the monster will have a skull on it, and their health and defense will drop. After that, you go fuse them with any monster. The monster that passes away doesn't have to be a specific one, and the monster you fuse it with doesn't have to be a specific one. This has to be, you just have to bring a new monster to the ranch and bring it to battle. When you fuse that, you will unlock the ghost. And from that point on, ghosts are available. So this video has been a bit short and a bit fumbled about. I've been practicing my editing, and this just turned out terribly, but I kind of rushed it because I was supposed to stream Monster Rancher 2 yesterday, but I ended up getting distracted in stream playing the other game because viewers were very engaged in watching me play Icy, and I was enjoying that too. So I figured I'd rush through finishing up this video faster, even though I was nowhere near getting the ghost unlocked. Because I did not expect it to take several more hours to unlock it. But this is so this is the first one. This is going to be its place. I'm releasing it tonight. Like, if you see when you see its release time, for me it is actively 11 o'clock at night on Monday. I'll be releasing it on Monday in Pacific Standard Time. So yeah, this is kind of a last minute one. the future bonus episodes of Monster Rancher 1, which I am going to be working on in between work time and stuff. I don't have much time to play games in between when I'm streaming and when I'm working, so I don't know how long those will take, but I will have the normal streams in Monster Rancher 2 to be uploaded weekly normally, so that won't be an issue. But I'll be working on those, trying to get all the other unlockable monsters. I will eventually do bonus episodes for Monster Rancher 2 as well, but that's for after the playthrough of that. Or maybe during the playthrough, we'll see. I do hope. Hold on a second. I do hope that uh, getting them will be pretty straightforward, but especially the hangar, which is unique monster according to the guides, a lot of them require either winning against very strong monsters, the powerful one, in B rank tournaments, and then A rank tournaments, which is tough, or getting civic items on the explorations or the ruin explorations, which we had no luck with during the playthrough. There'll be a lot of saving and reloading, so who knows how many hours getting one piece will take. And the hangar requires you to get multiple in civic locations according to different guides, different requirements. So I have no idea how long it'll take for the next special episode. I hope you enjoyed this very scatterbrained version of a bonus episode of Monster Rancher 1. And tune in next week for the continuation of Monster Rancher 2. It'll be more fun to actually play the general series. Sorry about the missing episode this week. We'll see how everything works out. I hope to see you later and hope you had a good time. I've been Lord Jabu. This has been an interesting past experience. I've never made a video specifically just for YouTube before. Normally I stream everything and then upload it. I don't record it separately. So this is going to take a bit of practice on my side too. Anyways, I hope you had a good time doing this and you have a good morning, evening, or night. And I will see you all later. That was the wrong thing. So I shouldn't be clicking stream over because this is recording. That's going to be a habit thing. And then I click gaming out of habit. Goodbye. I'm just going to leave all the flubs in just because I find it funnier to show off learning skills. Anyways, now goodbye.